notes. So yeah, I know you're over me and stuff, but so I wanted to come today and talk to you about something that's really not easy for me to talk about, because I haven't been able to open up about a lot of stuff, and I'm trying this new thing where I am completely open with you guys. I know I'll say that and then I won't do it, because it's something it's hard. It's hard to actually express or share when you're going through a struggle, because you don't want anybody to look at you a certain type of way, and you don't want people to judge you or whatever. And especially like if you're like me, you don't want pity, because you're fine, you're doing it by yourself or whatever. But it's nice to share, because sometimes people are going through the same struggle and they don't know how to deal with it, and you sharing your story and your journey is something that can assist someone else with their struggle. So I'm choosing to share this with you guys. So for the past for the past 2 years, I've been in an unfortunate yet fortunate situation. I came to New York in 2014, and shortly after, like a year after, I went through a situation with someone who I thought was really having my best interest at heart, and they actually didn't. And so it's kind of annoying, but anywho, I ended up in the shelter system, and I've been in here for 2 years. The first year I was in Jamaica, Queens. Initially I started in the Bronx at Franklin's Women's Shelter, which is kind of like a starter shelter, and then they place you in another shelter or whatever. And I was transferred and whatever to Jamaica Women's Shelter, Jamaica's Women Employment Shelter or whatever, in Jamaica, Queens, here in New York. And I had everything on the way. I was working, I was getting my stuff out the way. And when I tell you, like, the shelter system here in New York, I don't know what it's like anywhere else, but the shelter system here is kind of frustrating, especially when you're transgender and you're in an all-women shelter and they don't respect your PGP, don't respect your lifestyle or who you are as a person, simply because it's different and they don't agree or whatever. So that situation left me with an experience. I experienced hatred, I experienced bullying, I experienced a lot of disrespect and all of this stuff. And throughout my time there, I did what I had to do. I was compliant. I made sure that I did everything and I had everything on time. There was a point where I was viewing apartments and stuff, and then the lady who was the housing specialist tipped, and with her went my information. So it kind of like started me over my entire process. And mind you, during this entire first year of me being in the shelter system, I was trying to get my legal name changed and trying to get my documents and stuff to match my gender identity. So it was really stressful. It was a blessing in disguise also, because it was just like I wasn't paying rent, so I was able to do a lot of stuff and get some stuff done and try to start stuff and try to be consistent with my YouTube videos. If you don't remember, in a few of my videos, I was always like, there was always like people in the background, or there would be something going on or whatever, and it just seemed like an awkward area to be doing some of my videos in. Well, that's the reason, and that's where I was. Around September, I was transferred again to another shelter here in Manhattan. Initially, my first roommate when I got here was sweet, quiet. She asked some questions or whatever. We had a few conversations, that was it. But ultimately, she had an issue with the fact that I was trans, and they changed my roommate. When they changed my roommate, they changed it to one of my homegirls you've seen in the videos. And my YouTube videos, I would do them and edit them myself on my phone, which is what I'm doing now. I'm recording on my phone. And I would record in the bathroom. I would make sure that I did everything I could to push myself to keep my YouTube videos going, and trying to make sure that I put on this happy, good vibes, you know, type of thing. But if you follow me on my Facebook, that's where I put a lot of my, like, that's where I'm more open, and I share stuff. And like, I shared when I was in Queens that I was homeless and I was in the shelter system, and that regardless of that I was going to fight and keep pushing. And then when I got here, I was doing the same thing, but I never shared it on my YouTube. So I'm sharing it now because I had an encounter with someone who was talking about their struggle and the fact that they're scared and they might have to go to the shelter system. And I explained to them that I myself was going through the same situation, and this person was someone who has been following me, well, my YouTube for a while, I guess. And I basically told her my story, and she made me realize that sometimes sharing your story is good for other people. It's not everybody's business all the time, but it's up to you, and you have to make sure that you're ready for that. And being able to help someone else who's going through a similar situation is something that I've always loved doing, because I didn't have nobody to walk me through this. I didn't have anyone to help me understand what it was like and what it would be like. Being discriminated against as a transgender woman in the shelter system when you're trying to do what you're supposed to do and get out is something that's really, really difficult. Like, they hold stuff against you, they ask you for extra stuff, they pick on you, they make sure they single you out so that you have the hardest time getting your stuff. And it's crazy because I've never experienced this type of discrimination before, and it bothers me, but I'm dealing with it. And I wanted to share this because I know there are a lot of people out there who are going through a struggle, and with your struggle you have to understand that there's a bigger picture to it. Yes, it's stressful, yes, it's annoying, yes, it's bothersome, yes, you're in your feelings, yes, you feel lonely, yes, you don't share a lot of stuff because of the simple fact that you don't think anybody else will understand, when in actuality there are more people who can relate to you and your story and your struggle and your situation than you would ever know. So I decided to share. So yes, I'm in the shelter system. I'm working my way towards getting out. I've been busting my ass with these hours at work and stuff, and I was really doing good for a while at the beginning of the year. And it's still kind of the beginning of the year, but I was doing really good at the beginning of the year with my YouTube videos, making sure I uploaded at least maybe once or twice a month, so you guys can see that I was still around. But I haven't been because I've been working my butt off. I went home. Mind you, I still have to edit that video and post it. I'm going to do that tomorrow, so you'll see that video after this one. I vlogged. I went home finally after 6 years. My family knows the situation. They're helping me out. If at any given time I wanted to go home, I could. But my sole purpose of even continuing to go through this system and this situation is because I want to have my own, and I want to be able to uplift, and I want to be able to help and give back to my family first, because I want to make sure that they're good, because they've been my support system the entire time. And after my family, I want to give back to anybody who's going through a struggle. My community, the transgender community, especially African American transgender people, I want to make sure that I am able to show and prove that regardless of what you go through and regardless of what the situation may be, you can overcome it and you can get out of it. Yes, I'm emotional, but I'm able to deal with it better now, which is why I'm able to share. So I hope this video reaches someone who's going through a struggle, and I want you to understand that all you have to do is have good vibes. Pray, work your butt off, do what you gotta do. It might be annoying, it might be stressful, it might make you feel some type of way, but do what you gotta do to get out of this situation, and make sure that you stay grateful, because God is gonna always bless you in the end. And it doesn't seem like it initially, because it's so much to take on and it's a lot of emotional stress that you go through, but know that it's gonna work out in the end. And you have a reason to fight. Remember why you started. Remember why you're in that struggle. And if you didn't put yourself in that struggle, remember that there's a reason for your struggle, and your story is going to be amazing, and that's what's going to get you through. But that's all I have to say for now, you guys. I love you so much. If you haven't already, check out my YouTube videos and like them and comment and share and stuff like that. Make sure that you check out my website, www.lovebylyrik.com. Read my blogs. I'll make sure that I blog more about different stories and different experiences and a lot of other stuff. And check out all of my social media if you aren't already following me and stuff like that. I'm trying to get into Twitter. It's a lot more work than what I thought it would be when it comes to building a brand and being in the shelter system, but I'm working on it. I promise you guys that I will do my best to keep you updated when it comes to my journey in this shelter system situation, and to let you guys see what it's like to be in a struggle, but to be working your way out and to see the bigger picture and to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, I love you, love notes. Lyrik out.